But I need you to understand that Paul had this powerful walk with God. And Yahweh used him so mightily that when you saw Paul, you were seeing crazy miracles taking place throughout his life. There's even spots where you read that the cloth that he touched were taken to the sick and the sick were healed. Just look in Acts chapter 19, y'all. Paul was able to cast out evil spirits too. Mm-hmm. And his preaching and teaching played an enormous role in building strong churches in Ephesus. Now, I'm not talking, a strong church doesn't mean it's a full church. I'm talking about a spiritually strong church. I've been to several places that were full of people, but full of hell.
Yep.
Full of theatrics. Definitely wasn't no healing there. Wasn't no deliverance taking place. It was just a great meeting place. And Paul's ministry was so impressive, right? That folks tried to copycat it. So y'all, there's this story about these 7 sons of this chief priest. I think his name was Sceva, right? Mm-hmm. And what they tried to do is they tried to cast out demons the way Paul was casting out demons. Yo, they got this saying, I got to make sure I don't cuss it, but I'm going to tell you, they got a saying that said, you mess around, you'll find out. Yeah, y'all know what they say. Mm-hmm. So here it is. They came upon a evil spirit, right? And they tried to do like Paul did. So they said pretty much, you know what? We're going to get you out of here by the Jesus whom Paul preaches. They were trying to use the spiritual power that Paul had gotten from years of walking closely with the Lord. They thought they was just going to be able to borrow his copyright, y'all, and they were going to be able to just use his words. And because they used his words, you know, they thought it was going to happen. Let me tell y'all something. Just because you say Jesus don't mean that you know Jesus.
That's right.
Yeah. Just because somebody can warm up their hands and tell you, oh, the Lord told me, don't mean that they prophesying. They most likely prophesying, because that's not really the prophetic. The prophetic is telling people what the Lord has said. It's not fortune telling like people think. That's a whole nother thing. So they tried to copy Paul's words, but they couldn't duplicate his power that was in him through his personal experience with Christ. So what am I saying? If y'all want it, y'all got to get it on your own. You ain't going to be able to get it from somebody else.
That's right.
Your pastor ain't going to be able to touch you, and all of a sudden here you are able to run out there and start slaying demons. It don't run like that.
No.
That's right.
So what happens is this piece right here, Mason.
Lord Jesus.
They decided to mess around and they found out. They call themselves walking up on these demons and thinking they're going to be able to say what Paul said with the power that Paul had. And this is the response. You know, the devil ain't scared of y'all.
No.
That demon, that evil spirit looked and said, you know what? Jesus I know. and Paul I know. But who the heck are you? Yeah. That's what's going on right now. But guess what happened? After that, they said that and they commenced to kick in their behind and humiliated them. See, when it came to Jesus, right? The evil spirits didn't play. Y'all look at James 2:9. That'll tell you what type of clout Jesus' name carry when you really have Jesus in you. And they were definitely familiar with Paul's influence over the powers of darkness. But when it came to these sons of this chief priest, they had no knowledge and they had no fear of these 7 sons. Mm-hmm. So somebody needs to know that just because you walking and standing in the church and you yelling louder than everybody else, if you have not been powered, if you're not truly walking in Christ, and you're not a mature leader or a Christian, y'all better leave these devils alone. Mm-hmm. You're going to mess around and find out.